On the question of the declaration of a state of emergency, he said that great weight should be given to the judgment of the Home Secretary and Parliament on this question, because they were called on to exercise a preeminently political judgment. And on the question of the court, of the role of the court in reviewing that judgment, he said the question was one of demarcation of functions, or relative institutional competence. In summary, which is a familiar principle, he said the more purely political a question is, the smaller will be the potential role of the court. And the present question was very much at the political end of the spectrum. Now, that does not mean there's no role for the court. In the Belmarsh case, their lordships followed the judgment of Lord Hoffman in the case of Home Secretary and Raymond, where he asserted the importance of the separation of powers and the primacy of the executive's judgment in matters of security. But he also said it's important neither to blur nor to exaggerate the area of responsibility entrusted to the executive. I think the effect of the English authorities is that if there's material worthy of respect from which the political authorities could reasonably conclude that there is a public emergency, then the court won't interfere with that judgment. But if the court was satisfied there was no material from which to come to that conclusion, or that no reasonable person could so conclude, then it would be bound to say so. And if the court was satisfied...
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I have actually spoken in this very room once before, and I'm ashamed to say it was 25 years ago when I was teaching a short course on advocacy. I don't know whether any of my former pupils will be here. It's of course an enormous pleasure to be back, and I have been back on many occasions since then. Most notably when Ramesh Maharaj instructed me to appear on his behalf in 2001 in the cases involving the previous election and the possible disqualification of 2 of the elected members. Also in that case were others present in this room, most notably, of course, Sir Fenton, also Fayad Hussain. And all I can say is that it gives me the greatest of pleasure to see that their independence of mind and idealism remains undimmed, and that certainly all 3 of them remain in what I can only describe